Yo, what's up guys, Boogle here, and yes, you see the title. This is the Crazed Tank guide, and I'm gonna try to get this uploaded today, but it's gonna be a race. But I am in the middle of editing this video, so I do not know if I'll be able to upload it today, but I'll try. So that being said, sorry if I do sound exhausted in this video, but I'm trying to get this out as soon as possible because I did record the Crazed Tank previously, but I had to scrap that video because that video was kind of on the lower quality side. But anyways, here is the lineup you'll need, and of course you're going to need that Crazed Cat, and that's a key staller in this one because having fast stallers is really helpful on this stage, and this is pretty much all you'll need. And Paris is a nice big one too, but you don't need Paris, but it does help fighting against the gorys and other enemies. And of course you'll need bahamut level 30, and if you do have your own cat or your own wolf as I always call it, make sure you absolutely do bring it. And this strategy does use power-ups, but it is possible without power-ups, but it'll take a couple tries. And another good staller is metal cat if you do have it, so make sure you do bring it. And once again, these are some suggestions. You don't have to bring them, but they will absolutely help. Nerd cat, absolutely, if you do have it, bring it. And pole vaulter is just a good substitute if you don't have Paris. But with that out of the way, let's finally hop into the guide. And oh, of course, this lineup is very flexible, so if you do have any Ubers that has the same range as around the bahamut's range, absolutely bring it, because any long distance attacker is really good on this stage, because the tank has a lot of range and he does area attack, so it's kind of hard to stack up dragons and such against it. So having more long ranged units is going to make this level a lot faster. And yes, this level is very lengthy, it requires a lot of patience, so make sure you're ready for that. And also, if you have some cat cannons, of course the iron wall will help. Slow beam's also good, but if you don't have any cat bases, then the regular cat cannon could also work. But once again, we're going to be using power-ups in this run. Sniper cat is so important because the Crazed Tank's range and area attack is just so deadly that you absolutely want to bring that sniper cat. And if you're having troubles with stalling, cat CPU is also another big one for this. And you could also bring a speed up because this level is very long, and if you do bring a speed up, absolutely bring cat CPU. And there's not that much threats in this level other than the gorys, the tank, and the snakes. Yes, the snakes are actually a big threat in this level because the Crazed Tank does area damage, so if your stallers don't get up in time, the snake could get through, and that allows the Crazed Tank to move forward and attack all your ranged cats. But I'll explain that in the guide here, and we're gonna hop right into it. So yeah, here we go. And this is gonna be very cut up, so if you're wondering why this video is so short, is because I did cut out through a lot of footage. And yes, this is voiceover, and this footage was about almost 40 minutes long. I think it was exactly 36 minutes long, so I don't want to make you guys sit through all that. But in the beginning here, we just want to stack up our wallet as always and try to get that maxed out. I mean, it's fairly simple. The gorys are pretty easy to take out, but they do become a big threat later on in the level when the tank does come out. And you could do two things here, and we did over push in this run, so we actually accidentally did kill all these enemies. So what we did was we hit the base and the tank came out early, but if you play it right, you can kind of stall a little bit longer and try to get those douches to come out. But it's fine either way as long as you don't attack the base before the owls come out. So here we go, and when you do attack the base, that's when you get your bahamut out, and of course just start spamming. And if you are using CPU, I recommend to turn it off when your money gets below 5,000 just to be safe, and speed up too. And the only thing we gotta do is just take care of these first wave of enemies and try to stack up our bahamuts and dragons to try to get enough burst damage in the beginning. Once these things are down, that's when there's a little timer in between each enemy wave, and if you could time it correctly, you'll know when to spawn in your Parises, because Paris does get outranged. And there we go, there's the next wave of enemies, and it goes through gorys, the owls, and then the ducks. And the gorys are the big threat because they could push through all your stallers, and if the tank does move up and hits your bahamut, that's unfortunate, but you gotta time your Paris's right, so you can try to stall the gorys, but they will get through and it will eventually kill your bahamut. But this is not a stacking method because it's almost impossible to stack against the Crazed Tank unless you have high level units, but we have subpar level units, so we're not going to be able to stack like 10 dragons, 2 bahamuts against the Crazed Tank. And you're probably wondering, if your bahamut is inevitably gonna die, how do you beat this stage? Well, this stage is all about cycling and getting the right timing down, because each wave of enemies has different cycles. And as you can see, when these owls do come out, to get them out in front of the tank, you want to spawn in your slow stallers and avoid spawning in fast ones, because that really brings the owls in front so you can take them out quickly and so they don't become a nuisance later on. And as you can see, here we go, the next wave of enemies come, and all you really want to do is just time your cycle so you save your bahamut for the gorys. That's how you get the most damage off and damage is done to the tank, and that's the most efficient way. And of course, with your sniper, if there are any enemies in front of the tank, turn off your sniper, and if your bahamut is attacking, turn off your sniper, because you don't want to miss a bahamut shot when every shot counts in this level. And of course, otherwise, if everything is clear and it's just the tank there, then of course you want to activate your sniper cat. And all you really want to do in this level is follow the pattern and bring out the enemies in front of the tank and Paris stack against them to take them out. And that's pretty much the basis of the level, and just getting your bahamut cycle down. And if you do get that down properly, you'll beat this level easily. And I mean, it's just a back and forth battle. And of course, if everything does go your way, you might even be able to stack 2 to 3 bahamuts up, and that's when you're just completely safe, because that cuts down so much time from this level. Because the main problem is patience with this level, and it does get tiring stalling all the time for 30 minutes, 40 minutes straight. So it does require a lot of patience, and you just gotta be really patient and don't give up if your bahamut does die, because it's gonna be inevitable. Your bahamut is going to die eventually, so you just gotta get that cycle ready, and you just gotta know how to recover properly. I'm gonna speed up now until something interesting happens, so yeet. And here we go, this is something interesting. So as you can see, the owls did not come out in front in time, and the next wave of enemies are here. But don't worry about it, you just want to keep calm and just try to stall out the douches and take them out as quick as possible, because you don't want to waste too much time that all 3 waves of enemies start attacking and the gorys start coming out too. So you just want to take these douches out before the gorys get here, and maybe you'll even take out the owls in the back with some Paris hits, because once you stack enough Parises up against the douches, all those Parises will either hit the tank or the owls. And as you can see, there we go, the Parises hit the owls and they all go down, and we got our bahamut cycle all ready for the gorys, as I said earlier in the video, and everything should be all fine now. So this is about 2 to 3 bahamut cycles later, and we're at the same spot. And if you do have sniper cat, that you don't have to worry about the tank getting close to your base, because the sniper will chip it down and back it away bit by bit. And this is the sweet spot of the level. This is where you'll spend majority of the time in this level, is at this area right here. And the reason being is because once you send out your Parises, it takes them a little amount of time to get up there and start attacking the enemies. Same with everything else. So this is why this is the sweet spot. And I mean, it's nothing really that interesting, just keeping that cycle going and keeping that bahamut cycle going, and sending the occasional Paris every now and then to get a hit off does help. and it does cut down on the time of this level a lot. And this is why timing is such a big thing, because if your bahamut cycle is like perfectly timed and everything's just going your way, as you can see the waves of gorys are coming and our bahamut is ready to attack, so we're just gonna one full sweep, take out all those gorys, and you can get a whole bunch of hits off on the tank with no issues of the gory pushing through. And that's why if stuff does go your way, it is a lot easier and quicker. And I'm gonna cut it to when we finally kill this damn behemoth, because the Crazed Tank does have one of the most health in the game, so yeah. And there we go. I didn't get to record it. I turned off my recording because I don't want to waste too much space. And he did go down eventually, and after around 34-35 minutes he finally went down, and that concludes it. That was the Crazed Tank guide, and if you are having troubles, of course comment down below, I'll help you out. And of course, if you did enjoy this video, drop a like. Even though I try to rush and get this video out, it's probably on the lower quality side, but I just wanted to get this video out. But yeah, that was it for this guide. Of course, if you're struggling, comment down below, drop a like if you're new. I said that wrong. Subscribe if you're new, drop a like if you did enjoy the video. And yeah, it's been Boogle, and see ya.